Today we're making a quick one-pan autumn stew that's absolutely packed with flavour. Pork, leek, apple and cider stew. And the best bit, it's ready in 20 minutes or less. It's quick, it's hearty, and it really captures the taste of the season. I hope you're all well. I'm Shane. Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. So if you saw last week's video, it was all about autumnal vegetables, and I'm carrying on that theme again this week, and this stew is absolutely perfect. And we're going to start with our pork, and these are pork loin fillets, and I picked these up from Tesco's. They're about £8.50, but if you've got a club card, they're normally on offer at about £5.50, and that's really good value because for a family of 4 like us, I get 10 of these fillets, and they are perfect. And you get something like this. They do come with the fat on. Obviously, it's a bit like a pork chop. It's just a deboned pork chop, and they seem to, if you put two together, you've got a whole pork chop. They cut it in half, but it does come with the fat on. And for this recipe, you don't need the fat because it's not going to have enough time in the pan to actually render down and go crispy. So I've just trimmed these up. So you need your pan on a medium heat. To the pan, some olive oil, and what we want to do first is just seal these bits of pork. A little bit of colour on them, perfect, but they're just going to go straight in. I'm not going to be able to do these all in one batch. I'm going to have to do it in a couple of batches. That's it. And then I just want to season that up with a little bit of salt and pepper. Get plenty of crap black pepper on those, and a little bit of salt. And we're going to leave those for about 2 minutes on that side, and then we'll flip them over. Okay, these have had their 2 minutes. We're going to flip them over now. And that's it. You don't need a lot of colour on these. Don't really need any colour. It is literally to seal them. And we'll give that about another minute on that side. Okay, so our pork is done. Let's pull that out. I pulled the first batch out already. I've got a warm bowl here. We're just going to keep it warm. These aren't fully cooked through at this stage. They're going to finish their cooking process in a little while. What I meant to say before was if you've got a slow cooker and you want to do this in a slow cooker, you don't want such a quick version as this, then absolutely you could do it in the slow cooker. You will still need to seal the pork, and you probably use cubed shoulder of pork rather than the cut I'm using today. It will work a lot better. And then you'd finish the final process, which is the creme fraiche at the end, which you'll see probably when you get home from work. Anyway, next into our pan, we're going to add some lovely apples. And thank you to one of my neighbours who has got these from their garden and given me a batch of them. What do you call it? Scrumping, I think, is it? Well, it's probably not if it's your own garden. Anyway, these are absolutely beautiful cooking apples, perfect for the season, and these are at their best. So straight into that pan, same olive oil that we used for the pork. I'm just going to whack this up a little bit. And to that, I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar. Not much, just a dash. And some butter. So a couple of little cubes of butter there just to get those apples on their way. And I'm going to leave those now for about 2 minutes just to cook away nicely. So the apples are cooking away beautifully there, starting to take on a little bit of colour. Next is our leeks, and October is a fantastic month for leeks. They are nice and sweet, and they're absolutely delicious. They're not too big, these ones. I picked these ones especially. I don't like the massive ones. I like the nice young ones. And these are going to go straight into our pan. And I'm going to add to that some more butter. So I've got another 4 knobs of butter there. And just give that a good shake around. I'm going to cook those down now until those leeks soften. This is on a medium heat now. I just want to cook them down nice and slowly. Okay, so our leeks have had a couple of minutes now and everything is softening down nicely. So to that, I've got 3 cloves of garlic here, which I've just sliced. Mix those in, cook that down for a further minute. Then in with a teaspoon of whole grain mustard. Again, stir that through. And then some flour. So we're going to start to thicken this sauce up now. Probably a good tablespoon there. Don't worry if your apples start to break up a little bit. It's absolutely fine. It's all going to flavour that sauce. And just cook that flour out for about 30 seconds. And once your flour's cooked out, we're going to add some cider. Now, I always say with wine, use what you drink. I don't drink cider, so I haven't got a clue, I'll be honest. So I am going to try a little bit to see how sweet it is. I went for a medium. Well, it's very nice actually. And I'm not a cider drinker, but I drink that. So I'm going to go in with a good few glugs of this. I'm going to start to thicken this sauce, deglaze the bottom of that pan. So I've used probably a third of a bottle there. Just give that all a good stir in. Just want it to start to thicken up slightly before we add some stock. Oh, the smell now is amazing. Just that cider apple smell is absolutely divine. So now we're going to top this up and we're going to use some vegetable stock, just a normal vegetable stock cube. If you want to use chicken, you could use chicken. We're going to top this up. So we want plenty of sauce in there. I've used about 400 millilitres there of the stock. Again, just stir that through, and I want to bring this now up to a simmer, and we're going to leave it for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, this is what you're looking for now. Lovely consistency, it's bubbling away nicely, just on a simmer, and look, our apples are still holding together nicely, but it's a nice, slightly thickened sauce. You don't want it too thick, obviously, but that is just right. To that, we're going to add some creme fraiche. Good few dollops of the old creme fraiche. And just give that a stir through. And I've got this now on a very low heat. And once that creme fraiche is all nicely incorporated there, we're going to return our pork chops. So just get those in, nestle them down into that lovely sauce. And return any of those pan juices that we've got as a little gift there as well. And just make sure they're sort of submerged, because you want to make sure that they're getting some of that lovely juice over the top. Keep them nice and succulent until we're ready to eat them. I'm just going to give that a final 2 minutes just to heat those back through, finish cooking them off, and then we'll be ready to plate this up, give it a try and see how we've done. Okay, let's dish this up. Dish myself up a little portion. I've got a crowd of people behind you, you can't see, that are waiting to try this, and I know they're very, very hungry. So let me get myself a little bit of this pork. Yes. And of course, we want some of the bits and bobs. I want some of that apple. I cannot wait to try these apples. You know, when they're from someone's garden, you know they're going to be good. A bit of that sauce on there as well. Let's give it a try. I love these little pork loin steaks. I think they're great value and they're always really, really tasty. Bit of that apple. Oh, bit of the leek on there as well. The colours as well. Looks amazing. It tastes amazing too. You've got the sweetness of those apples, the sweetness of those leeks. We added a little bit of extra sugar, but against that pork, the earthiness of pork, the lovely lightness of creme fraiche and the creaminess of creme fraiche, it's just a little match made in heaven. It really is. Works so well and so quick. I mean, you could throw this together, as I said, in under 20 minutes, and this would make a great family midweek dinner or a proper weekend treat for sure. Very, very good. Guys, as I said, if you want a slow cooker version, use pork shoulder, cube it up and put it in your slow cooker. It'd work absolutely fine. But for me, whichever way you cook it, that is autumn on a plate. Absolutely delicious. That's it from me for today, guys. I really do appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share and comment. If you want more autumnal recipes, check out last week's, which were the 2 pasta autumn dishes. On this Friday coming, I'm doing pheasant, another lovely autumn dish with a mushroom cream sauce, so look out for that one. I'll put all of the details of today's pork with cider, apples, and leeks down below in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.